Hey guys, this is the professor from Day Trading for Success. This video you're about to see is going to show you a couple of things. I'm not really going to show the recap of the live trading I did on the $1 Million Margin Club as their guest trader. You're going to want to go over to the $1 Million Margin Club and see live trading. Now I have a set of rules that I follow over there, and basically let me bring those in, what those look like. This is what I'm following on the rules for the when I trade over at the $1 Million Margin Club. I start at 10:30 a.m. in the East Coast time, and my daily goal is 150, and my maximum loss is $100 per trade. So I was green over there, and it was really, really slow. I only had like 30 bucks. And then I said I had to go. And then I said to make something happen, I took a trade. It wasn't a good setup. I took a trade. I didn't have the time to wait it out. And then I ended up going down like 100 bucks for the day over there. So you can see all the trading. But then I came right back over to my channel or whatever. I mean, I got off the stream. And then I'm showing you a recording of what I traded on my channel. And I traded with higher share size. I think this was 300. And I instantly, within a couple of minutes, and I'll show you these trades leading up to this, got back up over there. And then on Apple, I was 28 already. And then on NVIDIA, I made that green, which was, no, I think it was AMD that was red. So it was red and I made it green. So I really did a reverse there. Not only took the $100 away that I lost, but I ended up making $200 within just a few minutes, just, 5 to 8 minutes. And I wonder if, and I talk about it on the video, I'm still trying to come to terms with how I trade every day and make money every day. I mean, I rarely have a red day. And how I can translate that to you guys. And I'm still struggling with that. But to see the live streaming, go over to the $1 Million Margin Club. They have great products. They have this deal where if you review any of their 2 color books that were just released, the Candlestick Pattern Playbook and the other one, the 66 Candlestick Patterns to Mastery or whatever. If you go to their website, you'll see them. If you review either of those books, you don't even have to buy them. You can review them without buying them on Amazon. Take a picture of your review, send it to them. They'll give you a free indicator of your choice per review. If you end up buying the color books, because they're great books, you can get 2 indicators per book. So you can get 4 free indicators if you're buying the books anyway, or 2 free indicators without even buying a book. Great deal. I promoted it over there live streaming. There's going to be other deals. I think that's the deal for this week. So I hope you take advantage of not even spending a dime in getting some free indicators. So I'm an indicator-driven trader. My goal is $5,000 a day. I trade with a large group of people in a studio, and I'm now trading live over at the $1 Million Margin Club, trying to keep it under the PDT rule, trying to keep it tight and safe with some rules that hopefully you guys can make money. So see the next clip. You'll see me trading this little bit live, and I hope to see you over at the $1 Million Margin Club, guys. So go green out there. I'll talk to you soon.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
So guys, I'm going to report on the Trader View what you saw on the stream, but I was just showing you how just a few minutes of trading I got out of that. I've got up to 300 shares, which is within the PDT, and I'm doing market, and I'm just trying to show you, I might not get out of the trade, every time when I say on the rules, but I followed the rules, and, stuff can happen when I do that. So I got into 20 cents there, which just instantly killed me, right? But I'm taking bigger risks here to trade for the bigger moves. So I went short off of that, and I'm inclined to add to this position to try to do better here. So that's at 211 now. So I'm looking to add there as it almost broke 211. And I'm going to look for a retracement down as it if it starts to read. So there's the 211. So I'm going to go ahead and go in. So now I have 600 shares. And yeah, big fluctuation there that had me green for a second, and I wasn't even prepared to flatten how fast that moved, but because it moved my share size way up. So there we go. So now I'm plus $25 on that very risky trade. I mean, but I don't look at it as risky when I trade it because I am prepared for the consequences, which is a big difference. I am prepared to hold that all the way up into here, but it's a huge risk, for traders to do that. So when I was talking with the $1 Million Margin Club, I'm like, I have to show them, we need to show what can happen if you stick to exact rules, and you don't have the confidence in yourself you should stick to rules. My rules are usually much larger. So I have that, the option, it gives me the option to make money easier, in my opinion, when I can lose more, that I trust in myself that overall it's gonna be better for me. That's why I wanted to just quickly show you. And this is what happens when I get done a lot of days that I barely have any money on Day Trading for Success. You're seeing this recap on Day Trading for Success. So I'm talking about the trading that I just did on the $1 Million Margin Club, where I ended up negative like $80 or something for the day after an hour. I was green. I took one last trade and I went down like $119 or something. So maybe I was even more red than that. But I was red around $100 in an hour of trading, and it was, deflating and depressing to do that because I'm used to being better, having more. And I'm trying to figure out a way where I can duplicate the way I trade, where it can work for everybody. And I'm starting to realize that it really does come down to account size and your how much you're willing to risk. How much are you willing to risk if it goes bad? And that's not necessarily a recipe for success for most people. So you have to really feel the moves. And I hate to use the word feel, but I mean, based on the data, see that you have that recovery. That's why I was calling it recoil. Like you have that recovery opportunity. So I averaged back down when it got to 211 a minute ago, and it pulled me way up my price point, and then I was able to get out for a small profit. Had I had my wits about me and just hit flat, and I could have had $50 or $60 there. The way that this is moving up now, I'm concerned about shorting it. So I'm waiting a little bit even with the higher risk level I'm willing to take. I don't want to do stupid trades. I mean, but I just wanted to make sure I gave you some idea of why I'm successful, So they're just adjusted to 270 here. So here's brand new news. So that's from 210 to 270. So this is going to send this up. So I'm going to look for a dip here. That just came out. So that was a minute ago. So we should expect some movement up here. I don't know if it's going to pull back at all. Doesn't look like it. I'll go in there. I got it at 29. So I'm going to wait for this to go up a little bit, and we'll have a better day, So let's give this a chance. I don't want to get over greedy, but, give it a little bit of a chance. There we go. So now $66. Now I looked at that news and I said, go long bias, don't go short bias. And that's all. That's all that was. Based on that. Could have gone against me. I have a higher share size, higher risk. Definitely fits within the PDT, So does 600 shares, right? So that is right? I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? Let me just make sure I have that wrong. Charlie's over trading with the others right now. Handling the chat for them. Yeah, no, it is. It is 600 shares would put it over 127,000. Well, you probably are only able to margin like 110 or something like that. If you had 26,000, 28,000 in your account. So that 600 most people couldn't do. I was trying to keep it. So let me just do that. I'll go to 250. Now I know you can do 500 shares. So if I continue trading this long biased, I look for the dip now off of 212. I missed this because I would have probably got in down there. But let's see if it dips below 212 and then how much it's going to dip. It's going to be. It doesn't just keep going straight up, right? It goes up a little bit down, up a little bit down, up, even on an upward move. So you just play it long biased. That was not where I wanted that position to go, but that was too bad. So now I might be sitting here waiting for, this might be pulling back right here. So I might have a painful wait, or it might just go right back up. So I'm at 211. I thought I was going to get it at 02 or 03, and it just right near the 212, but the spread and the market killed me. So now it's heading down. So I'd be definitely prepared to add at the 211 and ride it up and take a bigger red to make a bigger move. And that's just how I will trade this, So looking here, I'm looking at this and the what the market maker is going to give me. Instead of getting out at $100 max loss, I'm letting it ride, assuming a long bias here that it's about to continue, and just riding up in it, riding with it. As it breaks that 212, I might want to add to the position, even though I'm not changing the price point much, but I'm just making more money as it goes up. Thinking about it, but haven't made the decision yet. I'm looking at the level 2 still striking 2 down. I'm just going to take the profit where it lays here, so where it falls here. So let's see. It's been doing these little retracements, but that news came in after 10% stake in AMD as part of the deal. That's good news that they're going to be tied into AMD that strongly. That's just good news. This is nothing but good news on this. A good news catalyst to make this go back up to where it was earlier today. So we rode out that $120 down, and I'm only looking for like $20 or $30 up. I'm not going to get over greedy here and just try to add to the goal here, Thinking about buying on a big dip down here so I can have more money. But, again, it's going to keep dipping. So I don't need to just hope that it keeps going up. Actually, the way it's moving, I'm going to sell the ask. There we go. So I got 113 now. So I'm definitely green for the day. And you add that up and you got a couple thousand for the month if you just want to play it cool. And it's just, it's really hard to show you guys without taking bigger risks. That whole only risk half of what you're willing to make doesn't really work with scalping. I mean, honestly, it's what people parrot, and if one person says it, then another person says, oh, that must be it. And they think they're adding credence to their word by saying what somebody else said that they might respect, that maybe doesn't even make money trading stocks or doesn't even scalp for that matter. So getting new into the presenting it to people and then really thinking about what am I doing and not just intuitively making money. Like, what am I doing? How can I represent that to somebody? It's been a bit of a journey for me here. And I'm still working at it. By next year, I'm hoping to have a more definitive way. I'm hoping the PDT drops to 2K, because if that happens, which I think it's going to do, that is huge, guys. So then you all have the money to trade the reckless way I trade. So then I can, and then I want to have the MMC do a strike and recoil, which I coined that phrase for very, very new for scalping. stocks that are mid, large cap, mega cap, strike and recoil, strike and recoil, strike and recoil. I'm not even like, when I'm looking here and people go like, you're just talking about something else. Why aren't you watching the price action? I honestly feel I can jump in any time of the day. Maybe that's stupid. Any time of the day, make some levels, look at the level 2, zone in like Mark Douglas, trade in the zone, get in the zone, and make the money I need to make, which is $5,000 a day. I don't do it every day, but that's my goal. And it seems like whenever I swing, I get into big trouble here. I'm going to buy this dip. Okay, I'm going to go for it now. So I do believe it might go down more, but just in case it doesn't, I'm going to get in now. If it goes down, I'll add to the position. I've got a nice big cushion here, so I'm willing to take the chance here on somewhat of a retracement here. Yeah, those are all just great stories. Those are just great stories. So now I'm up to 166. So this is still going to keep going up. So any big dip right now is worthy of buying, So anyway, I'll try to get this out. I'm going to trade for a bit more and try to get this. I'll probably raise my share size up to 1,000, 500 to 1,000, or double down to 1,000. Get this up to 2, 3, 4K for the day. It looks like we've got the volume to do it. But I'll show what I think I'm going to do is show like, I'm going to go to another account to do that. Not this account, doesn't have enough money. I'll show, just like what I did in 15 minutes more. And it's not like an ego save my rep thing. It's like I'm struggling with how to make this, viable for you guys. So if you just watched MMC, the $1 Million March Club, you won't see the recap video. I'm hoping you guys watch both the recap and the MMC video. I won't really have their stream footage, but I think I can get some still shots and show you some pictures of what it was. And then, because it takes a while I'm not even sure how I can get that. But anyway, listen, guys, so the basic strategy is a strike and recoil. If you were watching me earlier when I go to set up a stock, if you're new to this video is brand new for you. Let's take NVIDIA, for instance. I'll set the Fibonacci levels left to right. So in these cases, they were high to low. Both times I do a 10-day on a 5-minute 10-day chart. See that? That's low to high. And then this is high to low, actually. So it's the other way around. But it's always left to right. And then I mark some historical data, where the price action recently stopped and turned around. Historical data can be 1 minute ago, it can be 5 years ago, and it's just guidelines for levels you might want to watch. Look at how it just stalled at those fib levels here. So NVIDIA is going back up. I thought I had money on this. I guess I wasn't trading this. Was I trading Apple? Oh yeah, Apple, who was so slow. That's what I was trading. But when you zoom in on the 1 minute chart, it's really not that busy to see the fib levels. Look at how it respected the fib level. Did that rickshaw man, turned around, and then hit the 9 and came back up. So having the indicators, having the Scalp Pro meter, the more you have, the easier it is to call. It just gets easier and easier. MACD tells you the direction. This is another custom one. This tells you how far to go, the risk oscillator. And then you're watching these, you look at either the ask or the bid, and you count in your mind like 10 to 15 seconds. Does it move 10 to 15 cents in 10 to 15 seconds? If it does, you have a strike and recoil kind of stock. This isn't really. So you could do it for like 5 to 10 cents and then raise your share size to get more opportunities. And then when you see a channel hop, you worry, you wait, and you wonder. This is long biased again, so it's coming back. They had said AMD was going to make this make NVIDIA go down because they're not the only game in town kind of thing. AI is now invested in AMD as well as NVIDIA. But there's enough to go around. It's still going up. It's still going back up. You want to make no to the open. I mean, it's just common sense kind of trading. There's no rocket science here. It's just common sense. You watch these videos where this goes here, you go there, you go. No, not really. It changes every minute, every second, every day. So you figure out what you want to probably respect and then be prepared to not respect it, as Mark Douglas says. Be prepared for 20 trades to go wrong. Fortunately, there is no actual answer, but the more support and resistance levels that you do, it cuts down the curve. It gives you a better chance to succeed. The more indicators you use that tell you the overall data. That's what the 5-minute chart people are seeing, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour. They're all seeing green. They're all jumping in green. And you can see every 5 minutes how it might change depending on, that's going to tell you the crossover in all those candlestick time frames, right? So this is great data to have. You've got the market magnet in here. It's always going to pull down toward the magnet. You want to see this go up with this higher volume going up here. You want to see this pop up to confirm it's going to continue. It's consolidating around that Fibonacci level that had nothing to do with where the price action is right now. It was marked prior. Common sense. Look at it channeling between the two levels. Why does it do that? Because people all mark it out the same way, and then you trade with the crowd, right? And you have the half and whole dollar levels. People trade on half and whole dollar levels. Just learning these basic things and having the basic indicators that are all, I have links to all of them. Reading the good books, I have links to all of them. Yes, I get a tiny amount of money if you use my links, and I appreciate that. But does it make or break me? No. It will help this channel. More people will see stuff like this, and they don't get caught up in the crap that so many YouTubers put out, that are selling a course to you. I'm not selling you a course, okay? I'm just showing you like it is. So now I broke down this channel, right? So what do you look at this, and what does the data tell you? That's the 20 moving average. Here's the even dollar, right? So let's just say, we just look at this level 2. I'm looking at the bigger picture. It's getting a retracement. Let me just make sure there's not a news story here. Well, that's not a great story. It's not terrible. But this is a great story right below it. So anywhere near the 50 cent is probably a good buy. I'm going to go for it. So I'll go for it at 200 shares. Now it's going to go slow, but if I get 10, 15 bucks here, there you go. So I got a $13 trade in a split second, basically going off that $half level and the fact that it's retraced. Now, if I held it longer, I'd make more money, but maybe not. And that's the thing about scalping. You go in, you go out. Don't get greedy. Just do another trade based on the data. Just do another trade. Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful. This is a very short video. See me over at the stream, the $1 Million Margin Club. I'm there for this month on and off. When I'm trading at all, I'll be trading over there. So it's $1,000,000-Margin Club. You can go to their website too, and it's pretty easy to find on YouTube, I think. And they have all these videos. They're not selling courses. We're trying to get them more people over there so that they can find the products. And then I really want them to write a new book, The Strike and Recoil, which I think is very original. People do it, but don't really talk about how to do it. And I'm kind of showing that. So anyway, guys, thanks again for watching, and go green out there.